if I told you that Lexus just built an SUV so advanced, so powerful, and so loaded with technology that it makes the Mercedes GLE, the BMW X5, and even the Range Rover look like they're standing still? This is the 2026 Lexus RX800h, and after everything I'm about to show you, you're going to understand exactly why the luxury SUV market will never be the same again. Let's start right here, right now. Because this thing is real. It's coming to America. And it is absolutely not playing around. First, let's talk about what Lexus has actually done here, because this isn't just a refresh. This is a ground-up reinvention. The RX800h sits on a completely redesigned platform. And from the moment you see it in person, you feel it. The stance is wider. The roofline is lower and more aggressive. The front end carries Lexus's signature spindle grille, but they've pushed it further than ever before. Sharper, deeper, more dramatic. It looks like something that came straight off a concept stage in Tokyo, except it's sitting right here in showrooms across the United States. Now the name tells you a lot. 800. That is not a typo. The RX800D is running a next-generation hybrid powertrain that combines a twin turbocharged V6 engine with two electric motors, one on the front axle, one on the rear. And together, this system produces just over 800 combined horsepower. Let that sink in for a second. 800 horsepower in a luxury family SUV. For context, the current RX500h, which already impressed a lot of people, makes 366 horsepower. Lexus just more than doubled that number. This is a statement. This is Lexus telling the entire industry that they are no longer playing it safe. 0 to 60? Lexus is quoting 3.4 seconds in an SUV that seats 5 adults comfortably and has a full luxury interior. That puts it in direct competition with the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT, and it undercuts that car's price by a significant margin. We're going to talk pricing in a moment. But right now, I want you to understand what kind of engineering achievement this actually is. The battery system has also been completely overhauled. Lexus is using a next-generation solid-state hybrid battery that delivers faster charge and discharge cycles, which means the electric motors respond instantly, with zero lag. Every single time you press that accelerator pedal. This is not the hybrid experience people remember from 10 years ago. This is something entirely different. And we are just getting started. So now you know what's under the hood. But here's the thing about the 2026 Lexus RX800h, the powertrain is only half the story. Because when you step inside this vehicle, something happens. The outside world disappears. And what surrounds you is an interior experience that genuinely challenges everything we thought a luxury SUV cabin could be. Lexus has completely redesigned the cockpit from scratch. Gone is the old layout. What replaces it is a sweeping, curved dashboard that stretches from door to door in one continuous flow. At the center of that dashboard sits a 14-inch ultra-wide touchscreen running Lexus's brand new operating system, which they are calling Lexus OS 3.0. This system is faster, smoother, and more intuitive than anything Lexus has ever shipped before. It integrates with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly, but it also runs a fully native navigation system powered by real-time data that doesn't require your phone at all. But the screen is not even the headline feature inside this cabin. The headline is the 28-speaker Mark Levinson Reference audio system. This is not the standard Mark Levinson setup you may have heard in previous Lexus models. This is a completely new configuration, tuned specifically for the RX800h's interior acoustic profile. Lexus brought in acoustic engineers to map every surface, every material, every angle inside this cabin, and the result is a listening experience that owners are already comparing to a private concert hall. That is not marketing language. That is what people who have sat inside this car are actually saying. The seating is another level entirely. Lexus is offering what they call ultra comfort seats on the RX800h, which feature 24-way power adjustment, heating, ventilation, and a new massage function that uses air bladder technology, borrowed directly from Lexus's flagship LS sedan. The rear passengers are not forgotten either. Second-row occupants get their own climate controls, their own USB-C ports, and available rear seat entertainment screens that fold out from the front headrests. Materials throughout the cabin reflect a philosophy Lexus is calling omotenashi craftsmanship, a Japanese concept centered on anticipating the needs of your guest before they even ask. Every surface you touch has a purpose. The open pour wood trim is genuine. The leather is hand-stitched. The ambient lighting system offers 64 colors and adjusts automatically based on time of day and driving mode. And speaking of driving modes, the RX800h offers 5 distinct settings: Comfort, Normal, Sport, Sport Plus, and a new mode called Sanctuary, which is designed specifically to maximize ride, smoothness in cabin, silence on long highway drives. This SUV was built to be lived in, so we have talked about the power. We have talked about the interior. Now let's talk about the part that is going to make a lot of luxury SUV buyers stop and seriously reconsider everything they thought they already decided. Let's talk about technology, safety, and the number that actually closes the deal: the price. The 2026 Lexus RX800h comes loaded with Lexus Safety System Plus 4.0. This is the most advanced driver assistance suite Lexus has ever offered, and it includes everything you would expect at this price point. Automatic emergency braking, lane centering, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, but it goes several steps further. The RX800h now includes a proactive safety feature that Lexus is calling Predictive Hazard Response. Using a combination of front-facing cameras, radar sensors, and real-time map data, the vehicle can actually anticipate road hazards before you see them and begin adjusting the suspension, the braking, and the steering response in advance. This is not a future concept. This is standard equipment on every single RX800h that ships to the United States. There is also a 360-degree camera system with what Lexus calls transparent trailer view, which uses stitched camera feeds to make your trailer essentially invisible on screen so you can see exactly what is behind it while reversing. For families and buyers who tow, this alone is a game changer. Wireless charging, a head-up display with augmented reality lane guidance, a panoramic roof with electrochromic glass that goes from clear to frosted with the touch of a button. All of it is here. All of it is standard or available, and all of it works. Now the price. The 2026 Lexus RX800 starts at $74,900 for the base trim in the United States. The fully loaded F-Sport performance grade comes in at $94,500. Compare that to a Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT at over $100,000. Compare that to a Range Rover Sport at $110,000. Compare that to a BMW X5M competition at over $120,000. The RX800h delivers more horsepower, more technology, more interior refinement, and Lexus's legendary long-term reliability at a fraction of the cost of its European competition. That is not a small gap. That is a canyon. And that is exactly why this vehicle has the potential to completely reshape what American luxury SUV buyers expect, demand, and are willing to pay for. The 2026 Lexus RX800h is not just a new car, it is a new standard. And the rest of the luxury SUV market now has a very serious problem on their hands. Do not sleep on this one.